Trigger warning: the cases I cover are wild, topics may be triggering. This case surrounds death, child SA, abuse of a corpse, murder, deception, and a lot of other fuckery that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is very highly advised. You have been warned, as I be going into all the details. I previously mentioned this case in my Evelyn Hernandez episode, but as you know, I think all cases deserve their own episode, so here we are. Evelyn's case, if you want to check that out, is the first on my Unalived Pregnant Women series. The second was my last episode on the murder of Martha Moreno. Sadly, murder is the leading cause of death of pregnant women in the United States. There is a list that is far too long, and it seems horrifically endless, of unalived pregnant women. Today, I will be talking about the murder of Alice Sin. On October 6th of 1999, 21-year-old Alice Sin applied for a $2 million life insurance policy and named her boyfriend and baby daddy Raymond Wong as the beneficiary. Alice was a student at Diablo Valley College. She was living with her boyfriend and the father of her children in Pinole, California. Alice and Raymond had a baby boy who was just about to turn 1. And she was 4 months pregnant with her second child. When you hear that sentence without knowing what followed, it doesn't sound too alarming. In fact, I would see it as, okay, girl, prepared queen. I see you getting everything in order, type A queen, you know? About a month later, on November 21st of 1999, Alice went missing. I've always found the term went missing a little frustrating. I don't know if it's the ADHD or the crime junkie in me, but to me, it's like, what do you mean went missing? How does one go missing? You don't just go missing, you go somewhere, right? 2 months later, in January of the millennium, Alice's deceased, desecrated, mutilated, and decomposed body was found in the Nevada desert. The cause of death was found to be from multiple gunshot wounds, and even though her body was found in January of the year 2000, her case remained unsolved, or should I say, justice was left unserved until 2015. Hello, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime, where I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. It's Friday and the body knows it. I'm Audrey, a paralegal turned stay-at-home mom who loves true crime. As I mentioned in my trigger warning, the cases I cover are wild. Viewer and listener discretion is very strongly advised. Also, the people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. With all that being said, grab your hot Cheetos and let's get started on today's case. So not only does Alice go missing in November of 1999, but she does so just 2 days before her firstborn son's first birthday. That in itself set off all the alarm bells for everyone who knew her as a devoted mom who wanted the best for her son and the baby she was growing in her belly. On November 22nd of 1999, Raymond, Alice's boyfriend, reported her missing 1 day after she was last seen alive. Raymond reported Alice missing to Pinole police. According to Raymond, Alice left the home they shared on Estates Avenue in Pinole at around 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, November 21st of 1999. He claimed that she was heading to a study group at the DVC, aka Diablo Valley College. However, detectives made several interviews, visits, phone calls, research, and were able to determine that that was a lie. And no actual study group that Alice was a part of was actually scheduled for that day. In fact, Alice's schoolmates reported to police that none of their study groups ever met on the weekends. Investigators reached out to her parents, and her dad, Mr. Wasson, told them that he last saw his daughter alive on November 21st of 1999 at around 1:30 a.m. She was driving from her parents' house in Oakland to Pinole in order to pick up her son from his paternal grandparents' house because they had been watching him. Raymond told police that Alice returned to their shared home in Pinole and that she left at 10:30 a.m. the following day to go to this supposed study group. 2 days later, Alice's car was found abandoned in a shopping center parking lot that was just walking distance from the house they shared in Pinole. On November 25th of 1999, just 4 days after Alice went missing, Jessica Tang moved into Raymond's house, the same house his missing baby mama was living at. Who is Jessica Tang? Jessica Tang was one of Raymond's other girlfriends. In December of 1999, State Farm sent Alice a letter wherein they denied the policy she applied for back in October. On January 24th of the year 2000, Alice's body was found in the Nevada desert east of Reno in Churchill County. Alice's body was decomposed due to the elements, and her corpse was mutilated by either human activity, animals, or perhaps, and most likely, in my opinion, both. Alice had been shot not once, not twice, but 4 times at close range before she was placed by a badger den. 2 of the 4 shots were directly to her head. If you're not familiar with what a badger den is, I had to look it up too. A badger den is a wildlife habitat, usually in the desert. It's a network of tunnels with numerous entrances where badgers live. It looks like a hole in the ground. Monopoly money with white supremacist writings and acronyms were found stuffed in her bra and scattered along the horrific crime scene. Monopoly money was stuffed inside her bra with the markings that read DWO and ZOG. 2 days after her body was found on January 26th of the year 2000, Raymond, who was a contract tech employee for Safeway, traveled to Canada, supposedly and conveniently on business. During this business trip, he was told that Alice's body was found. That same day, Jessica Tang met up with him, and together they eloped and got married in Calgary. Raymond flew back to California on February 20th of 2000. That March, he got arrested for possession of child P that the police found on his home computer while they executed their search warrant in light of Alice's disappearance. Not only did they find child P on Raymond's computer, but they also found loads of porn exhibiting rape scenes, many involving young Asian women. In April, Raymond pleaded no contest to 2 counts of child P possession and was sentenced to 27 months in federal prison. While he was still in prison in 2003, Jessica Tang divorced his ass.